Well, ladies and gentlemen, one of the prerequisites of being an explorer is that you report back. And what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about that process. And one day, a very nice man, very polite man from the BBC, rang me up. It's the phone call that everyone's waiting for. And this man said, we've got this thing, a video camera, this invention. Would you like to take it on one of your journeys? And I thought, brilliant, money. And he said, no, we can't actually pay you, but could you just take this? And I said, oh, fine, where is it? And he said, well, no, you have to buy it, actually. The one I've got in my hand is mine, BBC property. But if you could secure one, could you film one of your adventures? So anyway, I thought this was a lovely idea. I took this camera off, and I found myself paddling my canoe up a very small tributary, trying to get away from two hitmen. And it actually wasn't all that funny at the time. I'm glad you think it was, but no, it's really quite serious. I was 20 meters ahead of this bloke in a canoe, and he had this big rifle, and I was essentially waiting to die. And it was, obviously being British, I didn't paddle too fast, I was waiting for this terrible bullet in my back. And even though it really was a bad moment, and they kept on missing. It turns out that, I hadn't thought about this, assassins come in every different level, like every other profession. You get a first-class assassin, and then you get your, that one always gets it right somehow. Second-class assassin who more or less gets the job done every time. And then you get the third-rate hitman who makes a total mess of it every time. And that's what I had. These men, they kept on missing me, and I discovered they couldn't multitask, these people. They didn't know how to effectively paddle a canoe and kill someone at the same time. And I jumped from the canoe into the forest, and I got away with it. And I realized that I was suddenly safe. This forest that we're taught about as a place that's full of snakes and piranhas and all these terrible things, this wasn't a hostile place to the indigenous people. It was their home. It gave them their food, their medicine, their shelter. And so these are the sort of things I was managing to start to convey. Needless to say, the BBC didn't want that film. After all that, they did ask me to go back. This is my second series. I'm being sold 3 of the dodgiest camels in the whole of the Gobi, which is why these 2 men are smirking. I think the one on the left, he was called Bastion because he was meant to be the strongest camel, a very, very powerful beast. He staggered whenever I even put my little baby plastic tripod on the camel. So he was useless, but it was better than Djidjik, the middle camel. Djidjik was very clever. You don't want too many clever camels on your expedition. So he was no good. Then there was Bert. Bert only had 1 hump, and he was meant to have 2. He was a Bactrian camel. He also only had 1 eye. I couldn't help noticing. Well, that's all I want to say about my expeditions. But as you see, for me, it's about immersion. It's about trying to get to grips with a place and see it as not alien. And in conclusion, I'd like to say that I think expeditions or exploration isn't really about a lot of the things that we think it's about. It's not about planting flags. It's not about conquering nature. It's not about going somewhere in order to make a mark. Or at least I don't think it should be. It's about opening yourself up, making yourself vulnerable, and allowing the place to make its mark on you. Thank you.